Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Chapter 3 in our course Creativity in Business. The chapter title, as you see here, Theories of Creativity and the Creative Problem Solving Process. In the previous video, we introduced some of the theories, actually all of them. The first three theories we had here is about how brain work, the seminal work of Roger Sperry, and then Herman model of the four quadrant, right, with the different colors. Then we had we introduced the work of Wallace, discussing in four processes of thinking. And then we talked about the divergent and convergent thinking, the different theories after that, or notions about creativity: grace, accident, association, cognitive. Cognitive will be the one we will emphasize, or we concentrate on in this video. And the last one is personality. Today, inshallah, we will talk about the cognitive model. I remind you, I would like to, do you remember this model we had in chapter 1? It assumes or view the cognition model, or how we think, goes through 5 stages. Our brain work like this. We have perception stage, we receive information and so on, and then we compare. In order to compare between what we have received and what we know, what is in our memory, we retrieve knowledge from memory. This is stage number 2. And then the comparison process and understanding is the thinking stage. Then we come up with some judgment, viewpoints, conclusions, and then in the end we store what we have learned from this, which is called the learning stage. We add to what we discussed in chapter 1 here in this chapter, about what or where creativity is in this cognitive model. Okay, according to what is introduced in our text, the cognitive theory of creativity, this is the new point in the cognitive model, is that thinking, according to our text, thinking means accessing large volume of long-term memory via short-term memory bottlenecks. Okay, so when we have here stage number 2, we talked about we go to memory and we retrieve information, right? So lots of information come from your stored knowledge. And the problem comes here, creativity comes here, is that some, what is called hina, bottlenecks, lots of memory, jams, probably you get stuck, not able to find something related to what you have received in phase 1, right? And also as well some filters, perceptual filters, cultural filters, emotional filters, and so on, affect this stage. So here comes creativity. What tools, what aids can help you relax such blocks, okay? Help the bottleneck and the variety of information, being able to find exactly knowledge you want to use to compare with this information you had from the perception stage. To understand this in a better way, we need some details about memory. Okay, so according to the theory we have here, the core of the thinking process is memory, right? Long-term one and short-term one. It's clear that short-term one is the one that we are using while we are having a problem in hand, right? Or now, the one in the top of our mind, while the long-term memory is the one stored deeply inside. Probably you don't know that they are there, something studied in your in school, or in experience you had in your life, and you need to think hard to retrieve such long-term one. So we have things stored in our memory. There must be some organization for them. So according to our text, it says that it has some network. It's like a big graph. It's called here semantic network, and they are organized in some relationships. So, and some organizations, and the term used in our text is schemas. Schemas is how packets of knowledge is organized. Actually, there are more than one type of schema, right? There are schema of chunks of memories, information, and knowledge, and there is another schemas which is called scripts and deltacts. Scripts are and deltacts are special types of schema, as we see here. Script, from the meaning of the term, it's how memory is organized and give you sequence of activities. It tells you where to go in this network of memory, of information, right, in order to solve a specific problem, right? Also, in this theory we have in our text, scripts are assembled from smaller data elements called MOPs. MOPs stands for memory organization packets. So packets of memory are organized in some way, because some of them are not sequential, some of them are cross-listed from different areas, and then there must be some script to navigate and so on. Let's go on and complete more information discussion of memory. And MOPs we have introduced, smaller data elements organize experiences around special similarities. So mind should have some organization between pieces of information and experiences based on some similarities. Okay. Another type of schemas we have here is called deltacts. Deltacts is a strange term actually. It's how the goal and the associated plan we adapt to solve a problem. So when we have a problem, when we see something and we would like to think about solution, a deltact is invoked. A deltact is like, what do we want and how do we achieve that from the thinking process. So deltact is a goal, an associated plan we adapt to solve a problem that doesn't have a script. So in many problems we have, right, we may have clear script for it, right? You had this before and you know the way to think and find related information. If you don't have one, something new, so you need something like a script, but it's called deltact because it's a new one. It's a goal-directed behavior because you don't have a plan to navigate in your mental book or your memory. In trying to solve problem, it's suggested that we organize our thoughts around a theme. A theme is a higher level concept here. It's a structure of goals, plans, and scripts. So we have here goals and plans and the deltact and scripts, and we add here as well a collection of scripts in order to deal with the problem. This is called theme. So our mind is like a huge book, right? Is consistently updated and organized in a network, and we have some packets of this information, and some packets are called scripts, right, to help you navigate in this. New cross-references MOPs are always entered every time and updated and so on. Now, in order to browse your memory, you need an index, right? Index like these pointers. You can't go inside your mind and navigate while you are inside. You need from the very beginning to have some index that show you the way inside your brain. So we have the index metaphor here. Index is giving you cross-referencing facility. the index provide us with number of references to entries regarding the information we have in our mind. If we are searching for something that doesn't exist, right? So cross-referencing and under various heading mobs, your mind works searching, browsing mobs until find a schema or a script to find something related to it and help mind to think and find a solution. This is the model, the explanation, the discussion of it, the information processing, how information are processed in our mind. Let's sum up with a diagram that show exactly where creativity is in this situation. Creativity comes whenever you have a stuckness, some problem, you don't find a script and you need a delta actor or something. You don't have information to compare with this. So let's look at this. You have a problem. Okay, you go to your mind, which has a big, huge index of pointers. This index find a theme. A theme, we introduced it. It's collection of goals and scripts and plans, right? And this leads you to references in your mental book, in your mind, to find a solution, right? If you found a solution, yes, so it's solved, right? And then it ends here. But if no, okay, so in this point we didn't find, so we began to search again and again, cross references again and again, go back to index, okay, and then go to references and find a solution. It's a question, no, and then we may be circling, moving in this loop until that some point that we don't have cross references at all. We are here stuck. Our mind doesn't have a solution. We don't have previous knowledge and we don't know anything. Here comes CPS aids. CPS, it's creativity problem solving aids, techniques that help you do in such situation where you don't have references to some previous knowledge, some goals, plans, and scripts to solve the problem. That's the theory, the nice one that we have in our text about how creativity show up, present in the cognitive model or cognitive or information processing or the cognitive model of how our brain works. That's the end of chapter 3. There is a part in chapter 3 we will add to chapter 4 is about the creativity problem solving model. I will add it to chapter 4 because it's highly related to what is in chapter 4. Thank you.